Thank you so much for passing by. This is Betty, I'm a nutritionist, and I help you overcome chronic diseases as well as transition you to a plant-based diet. Today I want to talk about raising vegan kids, a topic that is super important and very difficult, and often people give up on involving children to this change because they think like it might be too late, or it might be too difficult, or first you want to transition yourself. So I want to cover some topics today because I have 2 vegan kids, and I know that it can be challenging to transition your whole family to this lifestyle. So let's begin. I want to share with you my story so that you know how it looks for me. I am so grateful for the fact that I discovered plant-based diet and a vegan lifestyle before I had kids, way before I had kids. So I knew, I could apply all these changes in my life first. So that was amazing, and I'm super grateful for that, because I know, for me, as working with other women, I know it's not easy. It's really not easy to first change your diet and then also change your children's diet. So I didn't have this problem because my kids were vegan since birth. So this was very easy for me. But don't get me wrong, having vegan kids when they already, like now, go to the kindergarten, it's challenging. So slowly, I want to share with you all of these things that are important. So so I didn't have this problem, and I also can share with you, if you want to transition your family to this lifestyle, there are a few things that you need to take care of on the way. It doesn't happen overnight, most probably, unless you have amazing kids and they just understand, the importance, unless they are a bit older. But with small kids, it will take time. It will definitely take time. So tip number 1 is be patient, because if, it takes us time to change, it takes us time to change, to put different habits and really change all the, structure and thinking, and it takes time. You can't expect from a child, to do it overnight. When you took the time as well, remember that any change is good. You don't have to do it perfectly. Even if you give them for 5 days vegan breakfast to school, and then every lunch they eat meat, it happens. It happens, and you have to always remember about the good things that you did. Always count your blessings. It's very important, especially in this path, when you understand that this food is the best, especially for your kids, that you want to give them everything, but you still struggle to implement it. Even with small kids, my one son is almost 7, and he is an amazing boy when it comes to vegan life. He really asks me every single time if this is vegan. And yes, he has accidents on the way. There are exceptions when, I accept he is an individual, and I can only do as much as I can do. I can talk to him about lots of things when we are at home, or I can explain him while we are in the shop. But there are situations when he does chooses not vegan products, and this is just, counting on my hand. It's not like every single day, but it's an every single day struggle. I need to explain him. I need to always, not always, but sometimes I do have to convince him, meaning, I know, Reef, that in this shop we cannot find this and this, but I promise you that, next time we will be in the other shop, which has more vegan options, I'm gonna get it for you. Or I surprise him and I get him these vegan snacks when I'm in a health store. So it's a struggle, don't get me wrong. Even for me, for someone who is so publicly known for being vegan, because all my friends know I'm vegan, everybody knows we are a vegan family. And still we do have these situations when we come to a certain place and there's just regular cakes, and my kids are like, when most of the times when we are at the birthday party, the community here where we are living is amazing and always offers us vegan treats, or asks me before if I want to prepare a vegan cake, or I bring a vegan cake, or they arrange it for me. It's very beautiful, and not everybody have this supportive community like I do, or it takes some time to establish this, this fact that you are a vegan family. So it's a everyday work. Even for me, someone who is vegan for so many years, and my kids are vegan and they know what is vegan and they have books about being vegan, it's still an everyday work. So if you feel that, we are vegan and that's it, with small kids it's hard because they still are exposed. Like yesterday, my son went to his friends after school, and the dad afterwards told me he ate a non-vegan chocolate. I didn't know, I didn't pay attention to it. And I said, that's okay. You know, I can't be angry at anybody. I can only be angry at myself that I didn't prepare myself, you know, or have an opportunity to prepare something for the kids so that they can be exposed to the vegan food like I do when they come over to our house. So I can't be angry at anybody. Definitely not being angry at Reef. I had a situation last year when in his kindergarten, he said that the lady gave him normal milk. So I wasn't angry at him. He really apologized and he said like, I should not be doing it. And I said, Reef, this is not your problem. Like, you do what you feel like. I have to deal with it. And I had to talk to the lady and say like, this is not acceptable. You know, I don't accept this. So be patient. It's a gradual change. It takes time. I can't talk about it for much more, but if you have specific questions, let me know and I can help you with that. My next point is be the example. This is as important as if you are not eating a salad in the evening, how can you expect them to eat a salad? If you are giving, you know, if you are exposing them to all this crappy food, you know, even if you eat a good, and then you are still having this pattern of buying them bad food, you are the example of it, right? I struggle with it myself. Don't get me wrong. My kids are kids, right? They are exposed to vegan snacks, which have so much oil and salt and stuff like that. But I am forever grateful and thankful and proud of them for being, you know, raised this way and accepting it so beautifully. And my younger son is going to be 3 soon, so he doesn't really have a clue of what's happening. But because we have vegan food at home, he does eat it, you know, unconsciously, but slowly he's exposed to it. Today he took a vegan book to school, first time, and I'm happy that they'll read it. And you know, that's how we spread the message. I don't expect them to read this book, but if they do, they might ask questions, and that's just beautiful. That's the way we do it. So be the example. Always be the example for other people. Be the example for your kids. If you want them to make a change, you know, prepare soup for everybody without the chicken inside. Be the example. That's simple as it is. Very important things when it comes to gatherings and social, you know, situations. I made an ebook about it. It's free, so go to my website and check it out. It's very helpful. So I'm not going to talk about it very deeply, but when it comes to birthdays and all social gatherings, you have to be prepared. This is the most important thing, because when I'm being invited to birthdays, I can't expect that someone will think about me, right? So I have to prepare it, and I have to make sure that my kids have options. And that's what happens most of the times. Sometimes when we are invited to a certain place and I didn't prepare anything, that's when problems happens, you know, but it's okay. Like, this is not important what you do sometimes, but important is what you do every single day. So if you have these exceptions and accidents on the way, it's okay, you know, just be calm with yourself, because the more you stress about it, the more your kids will stress about it, and it's just not gonna work long term. It's also much easier when both parents are vegan. So if one of you is not vegan, you know, you need to start from the same point. You need to have a clear talk of how you want to raise your kids, so it's not a misunderstanding between you, because then the child will feel what's up, you know, and will use it, kind of. I don't know how it's supposed to be in the psychological, you know, I don't think parents should always agree, but there are certain things that, you know, they need to be example, and yeah, you need to kind of figure things out, because if there is a misunderstanding for a long time, you're gonna struggle. That's, you know, that's what's gonna be. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Community is huge. Community is one of the really main reasons people might quit this lifestyle, when they don't have like-minded people surrounding them, and you think like, I'm the only one. And it's not. Like, the vegan community grows amazingly every single year, and you might even be surprised how many vegan people are surrounding you. I always find it like by chance, like I hear, oh wow, so you vegan? Yeah, I've been vegan for this and this amount of time, and like, yay, welcome. So it's great, you know. I just signed for boxing, and the boxing instructor is vegan. I was looking for a pianist, someone recommended me a pianist, and he was vegan as well. Suddenly, here and there, you hear this situation. So the more people you have like thinking like you, the easier it's gonna be for you. Definitely do that. Facebook groups, communities. Even if you have to drive somewhere, you know, it's gonna be amazing. When you just don't have to think of vegan, you just, that's it, you know, you're vegan, and it's just nice. Keep kids involved in the kitchen. My kids are both not really into it, so I am saying it, but I know many people work with that. When my younger son was, like let's say 1 year old, he really was with me juicing every single day. And it was so cute, like he was doing it so amazingly, like really he was barely standing, really putting those things, including 2 times he broke my blender by putting a fork and stuff. But we need to pay attention to those things. But he was juicing with me, and it was just I was looking at him like he really knew what he needs to do. He pushed just, the fruit, and oh, it was lovely. It was so beautiful. And also I make with him salad, so I try to involve him as much as possible. My older son, he's only doing things for me when I'm angry at him or when I'm sick. So he knows how to make me happy. So he's like, I know what's gonna make you happy. I'm gonna make you a green smoothie, so that's what he's doing for me, which is nice as well. So yeah, keep your kids involved. Like show them how you make a smoothie. Show them what you put inside. Sometimes I give a smoothie to my son and he's like, oh, I don't like it. And I'm like, Reef, there's just bananas and dates inside. Like you can't not like it, so I think once they see what's inside, I also I really prefer, or like I see my kids prefer sometimes, especially if I make a green smoothie, when they see this green color, they're like, but when I put it in a cup that is like you can't see what's inside. Yesterday I did that with my younger son, and he was watching something on the TV, and I just gave him this, and he drank it like half of it. And I was surprised actually, because sometimes there are periods when they don't like to drink green smoothies, and that's okay. I know it's gonna come back once they have acne, and they will be like, Ima, you are right. Like, you are right, mom. You should be, we should be listening to you. So the skin is beautiful, and so I think it's important to keep them involved, so they see how you make these things and teach them how to cook. I have 2 boys. I want men to be able to cook, so I'm happy to show it to them. Sometimes if you wanna go to more natural way of living and natural food and simple food, you have to change your habits. You need to go back to nature and reconnect with nature. And I see that a lot. Like, when you meet with the people that are all about processed foods, and they are mostly, not mostly, but often about, staying indoor and technology and stuff like that, you might have to change the habits and really connect with nature. So when it comes to a free day, Saturday and Sunday, take a blanket, take some vegan food, some nice, sweets, treats that are vegan, go outside, and I tell you, the nature feeds us with such beautiful energy that I really think that people, when they're outside, they crave more good food rather being at home and trapped in 4 walls. So yeah, change the lifestyle, definitely an important thing. I know, summarizing, that at certain point of their lives, they will say, I don't want to be vegan, I'm ready for it. I hope it's not gonna happen, but I know they will want to figure out things on their own. And I can only do what I can do, and I can only be the example and put as much knowledge as I can inside of them. But I believe that they will have this moment, when they say like, I don't want to listen to you. And they might stop being vegan, or at least check things out. And that's okay. That's simply okay. You have to do your best, forget the rest. And I really do appreciate them. I really appreciate them that they are vegan, that they allow me to put my beliefs on them, like every mother does. If you're a mother that feeds the children with the meat, and that's your belief, that's what you also impose on your kids. So everybody does that. I push my kids to be vegan, you push your kids to not be vegan. It's our choice. That's what the mother does until a certain moment of their kid's life, when they say that's it, like now I'm responsible for my food. It's not easy, but it's beautiful. The more you get into it, easier it's gonna be. If you have specific questions, please comment below. I encourage you to get the ebook, because it can be very beneficial. It's not only about the kids, but it's also about all social gatherings, also for you, for an adult. So definitely check it out. That's it for today. Thank you so much. Subscribe, like, and leave me a comment if you want to know more specific things about being vegan in social gatherings and raising vegan kids. Thanks so much for watching.